You know the saying, give them an inch and they'll take a mile? Well, I'm not talking about kids. I'm talking about politicians. This video is about the new Take It Down law in the US. It's passed almost unanimously, 409 votes yes to 2 no's. This new law is a Trojan horse, and I'll expand on that concept after I explain what the law is currently meant to do. As of May 2026, the new law requires internet companies to remove non-consensual intimate images within 48 hours after receiving a request, and it creates federal criminal penalties of 2 to 3 years in prison for the people that share the images. It gives the FTC authority to fine companies that don't comply. And this is the crux of the issue. It sets up a mechanism that the government can use for future censorship efforts. It also covers AI-generated deepfakes, fake intimate images created from someone's regular photos. So it sounds reasonable, right? But here's what I've learned. If you see a group of politicians voting on something about protecting kids, it's almost never about protecting kids. It's a smokescreen to make us feel like they're on our team, when their incentives do not align with ours as parents. I will share both sides of the argument about this new law, and then I'll tell you what actually works to protect your family. Supporters argue that the Take It Down Act creates real platform accountability with 48-hour removal. It creates federal penalties to deter bad actors, it addresses AI deepfakes, and it helps victims get justice. Critics argue that the damage is already done by the time the request is made. The law creates precedent for expanded government content control. It mirrors how other emergency powers have grown, and it does nothing for prevention. And here's what my professional experience with the intelligence community taught me about how government agencies actually work. So, do you remember the Patriot Act? It started after 9/11 as a temporary anti-terrorism mechanism, and now it's been renewed 7 times, and it's been used for domestic drug crimes and financial investigations, which are both mission creep that show how emergency powers can expand. The 409-2 vote on the Take It Down Act is in itself suspicious, because when has unanimous government power expansion ever stayed limited? This isn't just about removing images, it's about establishing FTC authority over internet companies. That is institutional power that they will never give back, and they will find new reasons to use it. My prediction is that this same mechanism gets used for election misinformation during the 2026 midterms or after the next major public crisis, and then we will watch how fast this expands. Content control equals political influence, and federal agencies understand that better than anyone. My main message today is don't expect the government to protect your kids, and don't outsource your family's security to strangers. Talk to your kids about sextortion. Share stories with them, like that of Jordan DeMay. Help them be aware of the risks involved with sharing sexual photos on the internet. Disable the cameras on their devices and eliminate the vulnerability entirely. This proactively prevents camera-based sextortion. And teach teenagers that sexual content plus the internet equals permanent risk. Watch my videos on sextortion. I have a 3-part series that goes into detail on the problem, the solutions, and what to do if your kid becomes a victim. And learn how to disable the camera on your kids' devices by going to FamilyITGuide.com and typing sextortion in the search box. So whether this law expands or not, your family's safety depends on you, not the promises of politicians. And leave a comment below. What do you think will be the first crisis that expands this law? And what are your thoughts on governments that pretend to protect your kids?